am Katie from gabeandzach, and I'm here to show you how to draft your own cap sleeve to apply to knit patterns. Specifically, I'm going to walk you through the process of adding it to the Margot Peplum, which is today's Feature Friday pattern that you can get for $5. I'll link that below in the comments. Now, cap sleeves are one of my favorites for spring wear. I really enjoy how they are a little bit different than just a basic short sleeve. And as you can see, I'm still in winter. I'm ready for some spring and some sunshine. So let's go ahead and grab our Margot short sleeve pattern piece, and I'll show you how to make adjustments to get this perfect cap sleeve. All right, it's time to start on the modifications to make this into a cap sleeve. So the first thing I did was print the Margot Peplum. This is the short sleeve version. And then I also have a pencil, a ruler, and a marker for my finished edge. So I want to start on the side seams. I'm going to decide how long I want to make this, and this is what's going to be in your underarm. I find you need to have at least enough room for your hem allowance. And while the hem allowance on this pattern itself is 1 inch, I'm going to actually set myself a 1/2 inch hem. This will make it so that it can be smaller in the inside of the arm side. So I think what I will do is I'm going to do 1 inch total plus the 3/8 for the included seam allowance along the arm side. So this is going to be 1 3/8 inches that I will mark from this here on both sides. Okay, kind of hard to see. And then we need to decide how far down of a sleeve cap we really want to have. So we have to remember to add the 3/8 inch for the seam allowance and the hem allowance. So I think what I will end up doing is a 3.5 inch finished plus the 3/8 plus the 1/2 inch hem. So that's going to be 4 3/8 inches. Mark that again. I'm going to put that in pink. Okay, so these are our points. So the next thing that we need to do is create the shape. So a cap sleeve is actually it's not a straight across sleeve, it has a shape to it. So we'll want to create a curve to get down to there. We'll have to do the same on the other side. And this can kind of be your own shape that you do. Okay, and then we can draw that line and cut along it. The last step we want to do is to actually remove a little bit of the underarm at the hem. If we don't, what will happen is that this will actually kind of create extra excess. We want this to hug closer to the body. So you can remove anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch from each side. I like it to be tighter, so I'm going to remove 1/2 inch. So all I'm going to do is mark at the hem line 1/2 inch. And same on the other side. And then what we'll do is we'll draw a little line from the arm side point down to that, and then we'll trim that off. Same on the other side. I have tape on there, so. And then cut that off on both sides. So the shape looks a little different now, but that'll allow it so that it avoids any bunching under the underarm. Then what we'll do is we'll take this pattern piece and we will cut 2 mirror cap sleeves, making sure to add the markings. These will coordinate to the Margot, and then you cut all of the rest of the pattern pieces just the same, and you construct the same as you would following the directions. All right, I finished making my Margot with the cap sleeves. What do you think? I'm really, really happy with it. This is going to be a really great spring wear for me. I love a good peplum. This is the simple swing skirt on it with the princess seams because I used a print. You can't tell as much, but this does have seaming along it in the front and in the back. I also chose to use the neckband, but there's also a binding option for this pattern, as well as a non-princess seamed version and another skirt option. So this is made from Liverpool. It handles this pattern really well. It has a nice drape, but it also works spectacularly for these cap sleeves. So as we talked about earlier, my cap sleeve is a 3.5-inch cap sleeve. So that means that it's 3.5 inches from the top of the arm seam down to the hem. You can choose whatever hem you wanted. I picked a 1/2 inch because then I only have 1/2 inch in my armpit. So that was kind of my thought process behind it. But really happy with this. The really great piece that by learning how to make your own cap sleeve pattern piece from any pattern, sleeve pattern, you can adapt this and do it with any of the other Love Notions patterns. So we could put a cap sleeve on the classic tee, which I think might be my next plan. But yeah, so if you have any more questions or just want to follow along, you can find me at gabeandzach on Instagram and Facebook. So happy sewing!